So then it is 6 AM, I'm getting dressed. I love being up this early. What tragedy, I think I'll wear my burgundy trousers. You know, who's playing at Wembley? West Bromwich versus Tottenham, so I can wear those. Neither, it's not West Ham, so I can wear these because it's not West Ham. No one plays in burgundy. It's really early. Should I saddle up? Probably too early for that, it's still dark. Although a faint blue is appearing on the sky and we can no longer see stars. The London Eye is off, that's how early it is. If you look here, this light is beautiful. You can see why portraitists want to visit their clients early in the morning, because this light... This might be a bit of a waste of 50p. I'm going to put 50p in just to see what will happen. Let's take a look at what happens when I put 50p in when the toilet's closed. It opens and it's got quite noisy VF. Over here, you have most of these are government office buildings. You have the Ministry of Defence, you have Portcullis House, you have over there, just beyond the Ministry of Defence, is a building that they recently renovated and turned into New Scotland Yard Mark, I don't know how many, 3? How many times have the Metropolitan Police changed headquarters? It actually used to be just down there in Great Scotland Yard, because that was where the Scottish... It's called that because before the Union, that was where the Scottish Embassy was. In fact, a lot of the streets around here are named after former embassies. St James's Park Tube Station, like where the London Underground headquarters are now, that used to be the French Embassy, which is why the street there's called Petit France. And this road is closed. I have absolutely no idea what they're doing. Absolutely no idea what they're doing here. And this is Great Scotland Yard. Before the Union, this was where the Scottish Embassy used to be, and then later this was the Metropolitan Police headquarters. This building is still owned by the Metropolitan Police and it's now police horse stables. It's all they have left here. They don't actually have a police station, just horses. They only own one of these. Well, they own more than 100 horses, so they presumably own several. Let's see if I can see any of them. There was a terrorist scare. There was a terror scare yesterday. So they often come out in force after a terror scare, because people like seeing them. It looks reassuring. I'm gonna go spotting for them. Yes, Great Scotland Yard is also a bus turning point. Where's my bus? I've got to get a bus from Northumberland Avenue now. We're going the wrong way. The 29 and the 53 turn around going west through here. They turn around clockwise. And the 91 uses Great Scotland Yard to turn around anti-clockwise. Although more likely 29 and the 53 here, because they stand here going westbound. The 91 just goes eastbound. Although sometimes they don't always. Some of them. I guess it depends how busy it is. If it's less busy, they come through Scotland Yard and stand here. Here's my bus. Is it about to go? The thing I like about the Boris buses is that they have 2D sounding electric motors, all the time.
Trafalgar Square, Charing
They
Cross
used to have
Station.
like a mode when they weren't in use, but they recently changed the system and they removed that because it wasn't very eco-friendly. And it makes them sound somewhat like a tram. I don't like the Wright SRM. The Wright SRM is it's like the Boris bus but with all the good bits removed. You just have to circle the Charles I statue. The Charles I statue is actually our 0 point. Those are the stairs down to the old tram stop. I'd really like them to bring the tram stop back in, the tram tunnel back into use, have trams in it, and then have a connection. I mean, they build a new underground connection, basically stairs down inside the tram stop. Also, from the trams I saw at Cryche, the trams at Cryche are weird. Basically, generally you have monodirectional trams and you have bidirectional trams. But what they were there was a bit weird. They were bi-directional, but only the door on the left side could be used. But I seem to remember this tunnel has island platforms. Strange. If you just saw the apse without seeing the dome, you wouldn't know it's St. Paul's. You think it's a continental church. I guess it is a Baroque building. You hardly ever get Baroque buildings outside the areas affected by the Great Fire of London. This is St. Vedest. Interestingly, this is St. Vedest Foster Lane. Interestingly, St. Vedest is also known as St. Foster. This is the only church in the UK that's dedicated to St. Vedest, but there are other churches that are dedicated to St. Foster. I'm only including Church of England, it might be different for Catholic churches. And this street's called Foster Lane, it's named after the saint. I don't know why. Can I get through here? Shortcut through a loading bay. This is down Wood Street. This is Wood Street Police Station. One of the City of London's 2 police stations, both of which are on the north side of the city. The other one's opposite the east entrance of Liverpool Street Station. And you've got like these parking spaces which have these codes on them, which I have absolutely no idea what these codes mean. They're rather skillfully removing the scaffolding one pole at a time. Street scenes like this. So So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 scaffolding stories on a 4-story building. Yeah. Oh, I wasn't including the ground floor. 5 stories if you include the ground floor, but then I wasn't including the ground floor of the scaffolding. So I guess 5 stories include the ground floor, 10 stories of scaffolding include the ground floor. There's a Euro Arab Bank which looks like Swiss flamboyant Gothic. Habib Bank Aktiengesellschaft Zürich. And also on their coat of arms, they've capitalised the letter O in OV. And they've also forgotten the diacritic on Zürich. It's not good. These stairs look like they're actually structural, but they vibrate heavily. They're actually metal stairs over something. They're not actually solid masonry stairs. So now outside Bow Police Station. And I walk in the cycle superhighway because it's not busy, but wait for someone to come through first. Make sure it's fully clear. Yeah, walking in the cycle superhighway, you can see all the parts of this bridge. We're grazing a horse here. I know grazing animals is permitted under the Commons Act, but I'm not even... It's permitted under Commons regulations, but I'm not sure that under Commons regulations that counts as a common. I think you need permission from the council. Weird sort of things that you see on council estates. Excuse me, council, this is an exit. This is against fire safety. You'd think this would be a strange sign to put, but I did actually see a horse grazing on another park around here. That is the weird things you find in an East London council estate. Let's go on the DLR. The nature of this DLR station sort of reflects the fact that the way they built it in the 1980s, it's still got the original sign font. They kind of thought of it as a tram rather than as a light railway. In fact, the original first generation DLR trains are now running in Essen on the underground network there.
Train at platform 2 is for Canary Wharf.
Let's get the DLR. Oh, I want to go on a single unit DLR train sometime. It's a 2-unit one, they usually run 3 units. It's a 2-unit DLR train. And it's kind of taunting me. I want to go on a single unit DLR train at some point.
This is Devons Road.
And now for the first time, let's try a football match. Let's see if I can spot any at West Bromwich versus the Tottenham Hotspurs. I've dressed in West Ham colours. The Tottenham Hotspurs have bought all of the advertising space, and so it looks like their stadium. All the fans are securely inside the stadium where I don't have to go. You can go around the stadium and it appears like 1 degree at a time, the road around the stadium. These escalators are ridiculous. They sound worse than the seagulls. The escalators here. I'm here on Oxford Street and it's busier than ever. And all these people, this is an up yours to the government that only Londoners seem to, this seems to be such a London thing. They're making fun of it, and it's like an up yours to the government, like saying, we're not scared of terrorism, like saying, we're less scared of terrorism than you are. So it's sort of up yours to the government. They're setting up a cordon, and there's a protest, and they've got another van for moving the cordon. That's really good. That's so efficient. The following day was Sunday, and at the Winter Wonderland, the Hyde Park lawn is being killed to bring you for over €6 what you can get in Berlin for just €1.50. I also discovered a point on Charlie's Island whence you can see nearly all possible exits from Great Scotland Yard. Luckily for me, Horse and Hound have published some good intel. I didn't see horses at Selhurst Park an hour before Chris Powell vs Stoke City, nor were they there when West Bromwich Albion managed an away draw against Spurs. They still ended up getting relegated though. Maybe, if I want some success at this, I'm going to have to get down and dirty.